I took 90 days to find balance in my life, and I captured these moments so hopefully you could be inspired to soul blaze your life. The Akashic Records are a vibrational record of a soul and its journey, an archive of past, present, and future possibilities. The word Akasha is a Sanskrit word meaning primary substance out of which all things are formed. This energy field is so sensitive that anytime we have a feeling, thought, or take action, it will register an impression within this field. The records are a library of all this energy as it pertains to your specific soul journey. One of the most famous people to be able to tap into the Akashic Records was Edgar Cayce in the early 1900s. He described them as the Book of Life, sort of like the universe's supercomputer system. He used the records to give over 14,000 readings to people where he was able to diagnose illness and provide treatments. Cut to today, and let me introduce you to Helen. She's an Akashic Records practitioner that can tap into the energy field and can interpret these messages.
We are going to open up Lisa's Akashic Records so that we can understand a little bit more about her journey, her exploration, and understanding this modality a little bit more. The records are now open. The primary way that I receive the records is audio. What it feels like is a conversation between friends, and I'm the interpreter. So I'm interpreting these messages from the masters, teachers, and loved ones for Lisa. There's two parts to every record. The first is the soul blueprint, which is the themes and lessons that a soul is here to experience, learn, grow, and evolve from. The second part of the records is known as the Chronicles of You, the story of the soul, how it comes into awareness of itself. So is there anything specific that you want to explore in your records?
How many lifetimes have I had in the past?
They keep saying as a human being, 46.
46?
They said
wow.
They said 46 like 3 times.
What else have I come as?
Right now they're being a little general. They just said various expressions ranging from plants, animals, minerals. They're even showing me like a body of water and a mountain. They're saying that your life force has experienced many different ways of expressing itself. Like they're saying it's only natural that you would have had those experiences as something else. Like they just tell me like that's a very evolved being.
How many people on the planet are a more evolved being at this time? Are there many of us?
The best way that they can describe it is that like half of the population is older souls with different levels of awakening, whereas the other 50% are very young. But then they also said, in terms of awakening, it's like 3% of the population. We have old souls on the planet who are not yet fully awakened.
Oh, okay. So why are some of us awakened and others not?
They just said urgency for growth and transformation.
But why aren't there 50% of the population? Why aren't they sending those people down?
While there is an urgency, it will just continue to evolve in a sustainable way. Too much too fast will create an imbalance, and they say can be catastrophic.
Oh, wow.
So they say steady climb. It's a steady climb.
Okay. All this talk about advanced souls got me thinking about extraterrestrials. When I was 10 years old, I remember looking out the window one night and begging for the universe to show me if UFOs and aliens were real. Later that night, I had an encounter with some strange beings and bright lights. I bolted awake and saw that I was on a ship, and there were beings doing some sort of scientific measurements on me. I wasn't afraid of them because they felt like friends, but I definitely asked them to send me back home because I wanted out of there. Immediately, I was sitting up in my bed. I know I wasn't dreaming this, but I never could explain it. So I was curious if Helen had any information about this event. It felt really real. It seems like they came twice. I felt like I was on a spaceship. Well, I'm not sure. It was so long ago. That face.
No, they said, well, because, okay, so they were talking and they were showing me. I heard them say, of course she's been visited quite a few times. And then they were showing me this image of like a spotlight, and I actually saw one of these beings like step forward. So yes, they are confirming your suspicion, but also know that you wouldn't make it up and it's real.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were very nice, and it wasn't a traumatic thing, but
yeah,
it felt very, very real.
Yeah.
And it stuck with me all these years. I'm like, I wonder what that was about. Do they know what that was about?
Let me
what they
see.
did to me? As soon as my recollection is, as soon as I said, I need to go back, I'm scared. Somehow I was back. And I don't know if that back was a week or a day or a minute or a millisecond. I don't know.
Right. Okay. They said she needs to know where she comes from. She needs to know that she's connected. She is not abandoned here on this planet. She's an extension. The beings are comforting her. So they were comforting you in knowing how and where you were connected. But that when you felt you were away from your physical family for too long, you wanted to be back. So it's for her to know that she's always connected to this place.
But what was the purpose of it?
For you to know you are not abandoned here. Like you haven't just been dropped and left. Like they say, home.
Okay. Is there a God? Or is God the universe?
They say God is Big Bang, creation. It's a force.
So not a human form?
Never. They say never. Would be limitation to other beings in different places to be human or with gender. It is a presence.
Okay. Why were we created? Is it just because of the Big Bang and we just were?
They're saying that it's about the growth and evolution of life as energy into physical form, but that when humans are incarnated, their physical expressions need to evolve and grow. So everything is about evolution and growth. But then what I also see is like the non-physical energy and life force, that needing to evolve and grow as well.
Why are some people born into horrendous situations?
They just said that those are very paramount lessons for their evolution, but they say life needs to understand all sides. So that's like a little sliver of the pie. Like if someone didn't like crust, on pie, it's like, oh, well, I got to try it to know that I don't like it. Because otherwise they take life for granted if they don't know what it's like to be on the other side.
What does it say that I signed up for this lifetime? What am I supposed to do or accomplish?
First thing I heard them say was inspire, but they showed me this really beautiful like gold field of energy, and I felt people connected to you being inspired to that level, but then I saw you like rise up and inspire again. So it's like you continually are like elevating and lifting. So you're teaching people how to tap into the depth of their soul to find the inspiration that has helped them overcome through so many other difficult times. It's always there, always needs to be identified and found. So they say, like, you can see it. You know how to see it. You know how to dispel that wisdom.
It does seem like that's what my journey's been, constantly learning and growing and put into situations that are somewhat unique.
They were kind of joking, and they just said, can you imagine just having a job on this planet to inspire people? And they say, like, that's what your job is. You're really supporting people through their difficulties and their challenges.
Okay. Do they want to share anything else?
They're saying, don't get caught up in the human minutia. Focus on the work and the bigger picture. These are all small happenings. Like, these are all small happenings. And when you know yourself in context to your body of work, you will look back upon these experiences and be grateful that you focused on the bigger work at hand. And they say, don't play small. And then they're saying, focus on the prize, the destiny.
Okay. That's something we can all learn from. Focus on gratitude and finding joy in your life. We're all here for a purpose, and we all have gifts and talents that we bring to those around us. I believe we're here to discover our gift, develop it, and then share it with the world. If we all take the time to do that, maybe the world would be a little bit brighter.